camera see him. Let the camera see him. This man here.
We are members of Congress.
Come in.
You're blocking
us. See this man here, who is a federal employee. He told us.
No, he's not.
Are you a federal employee?
No.
Huh?
Yes.
No, he said he's a federal employee. We pay him. We raise money to make sure that we have a Department of Education. Everybody that's hired at the Department of Education are here because we pay for them to be here.
You're beginning to irritate me.
Opinions vary.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Opinions Varied. It's Opinions with an A. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we have the Democrats once again on a daily basis now making fools of themselves. We have Maxine Waters now leading a whole tribe down to the Department of Education where they want to have a quote-unquote meeting with the acting director of the Department of Education. Wow, where has this meeting been for all these years that the Department of Education has been failing, getting an F, our kids' test scores going down in math, in reading, in writing, in anything you could think of? We are failing our children, and the Department of Education, which has been around since 1980, every year since basically, everything's gotten worse. It's about time the Department of Education was audited, which is what 𝐬𝐮𝐻 is going to do, and most likely shut down, shuttered. And you know what you could do? The initials are DOE. Just put a G before the E, and we'll make that building 𝐬𝐻 and get rid of the Department of Education because it does nobody any good, and bring education back to the states. So we're going to see that whole confrontation where that poor security guard who looked like that was the last place he wanted to be, he wasn't getting paid nearly enough, whatever he was being paid. And then but first we're going to hear about from J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois. And this is just another example how the Democrats are just not serious people. They're not serious about actually helping the people that elected them. They are showboaters, they are showmen and showwomen. It's all about getting attention, it's all about validation, it's pathetic. They might as well go on an OF page and just work from there at this point. Let's see what's going on with J.B. Pritzker, and then we'll get into that whole fiasco at the Department of Education. Let's go.
I'm here today to make an important announcement. The world's finest geographers, experts who study the Earth's natural environment, have concluded a decades-long council and determined that a great lake deserves to be named after a great state. So today, I'm issuing a proclamation declaring that hereinafter, Lake Michigan shall be known as Lake Illinois. The proclamation has been forwarded to Google to ensure the world's maps reflect this momentous change.
This might as well be a Saturday Night Live skit, because first of all, it's not funny, so it would fit perfectly on Saturday Night Live. And what he's doing is, I think he's trying to like needle Trump about the Gulf of America instead of the Gulf of Mexico. But at the same time, J.B. Pritzker, your state is not in great shape, especially your city of Chicago, your shining city, the one that basically runs your state and prevents the people of the state from getting competent leadership at the state level. So what you're doing here, it's almost to me, if I was a voter in Illinois, you're slapping me in the face. Other than eating, is there anything else that you do other than nothing like this?
In addition, the recent announcement that to protect the homeland, the United States will be purchasing Greenland. Illinois will now be annexing Green Bay to protect itself against enemies, foreign and domestic. I've also instructed my team to work diligently to prepare for an important announcement next week regarding the Mississippi River. God bless America, and bear down. Thank you.
Like I said, a complete clown. That's what J.B. Pritzker is wasting his time on. They have Trump derangement syndrome to the point where he's living in their head 24/7, 365. If there was more hours in the day than 24 hours, Donald Trump would be in their head for that additional time. If there were more days in a week than 7, he'd be in their head for that additional time. If the year had more than 365 days, Donald Trump would be in their head for that additional time. That's how obsessed they are with just anything that has to do with Donald Trump. And no matter what Donald Trump does, they don't want to work with him. And right now, I think the country is ready to just shut the Democrats out. And if they keep this up into 2026, into the midterms, I think they're going to get shellacked. We can only hope. Now let's see what I said in the beginning of the video with Maxine Waters and her crew going to the Department of Education to try and get in, because at this time they have to have a meeting, because you know what? I think they're afraid that the teachers union grift is about to end. I can't wait to see the amount of fraud, waste, and abuse that we see from the Department of Education. Let's go.
Are you making this decision to stand in front of this door on your own behalf, on behalf of the Department of Education, or are you told to come out here and block members of Congress from going to the desk?
Doing my job.
So everybody's what is that?
We're doing our jobs. We're trying to save your job.
This isn't your job. Your job is to be back in Congress at the Capitol getting stuff done, isn't it? This isn't your job.
Show me your ID. Were you told to stand here, or did you decide to stand here and block members of Congress from entering the Department of Education?
To federal buildings.
We're allowed in there.
So a private security contractor
you know who members of Congress
lobbying
are?
members of
We are
Congress.
members of Congress.
Maybe he doesn't understand.
A private security contractor is making the decision to block members of Congress from a public access entrance.
I don't think he knows.
You have the authority as a private security contractor to block members of Congress. That has been knighted and granted to you.
Who are members of Congress? You're American citizens, just like everybody else. And I guess if you don't have an appointment to see the acting director of the Department of Education, you don't get in if he doesn't want you in the building. I guess that's how it works. Sorry. Not sorry.
You have to at least let us go to the desk.
Yeah.
When it goes out,
Oh my, look at that. Who told you to do this? Open the door. So do you understand who members of Congress are?
well, you don't
Who
care.
are we then?
You don't care.
We have a job to do.
We're not dangerous people. We're not, I don't know, we're security. There are no thieves and thugs out here. We're members of Congress. We're parents, we're teachers.
There's our ID, right there.
We were elected to do this.
This is our job.
I've never seen one.
This is our job. We're doing our job.
Go back to the Capitol and do your job.
You're securing this building against who?
Members of Congress.
Who are you?
No, he's probably securing the building from anybody. I'm sure if I walked up to the door and said, hey, I'd like to get in, he'd probably say, no, you can't get in. So it goes for everybody. Hey guys, if you're still watching, I really appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button right now. Subscribe. I do one video a day at least. If I don't do one video, it's because of circumstances that were beyond my control and I couldn't get it done. But please like, share, and subscribe and help me grow this channel. I appreciate it.
So this is the beginning of full transparency of this administration. That's right. The administration that talked about they're going to open the doors to all of these things and show the American public what is going on.
They are showing everybody what's going on. They're showing all the fraud, waste, and abuse that you people have been shoving down our throats and stealing our money for the past how many decades? That's what they're doing.
They won't even open the door to this building, to members of Congress. We are not posing any threat here. No, we are not dangerous people. We have not done anything. We're trying to request a meeting, and they won't.
Request denied.
They have a private security contractor who on his own is making decisions on behalf of the Department of Education.
No. He's not making any decision on his own. He was told by the. Here's what I'm saying. I'm just going 2 + 2 is 4, and I know that it's hard for the Democrats to figure that stuff out. He was probably told by the person in charge to say either the director himself or somebody below at the behest of the director to say nobody gets into the building. End of story. That's what he's doing.
Congressman Hayes, what you're saying is they allow billionaires and his minions to come in
I don't
to
know
this
who he
building.
is. I don't know who he is, but I know who I am. And I'm a member of Congress with.
We heard you the first 4 times. You're a member of Congress. We don't care. You're no better than anybody else.
Oversight responsibilities, trying to request a meeting, and a private security contractor is not allowing me to enter the building.
They allow billionaires to go in this building, but not the people's representatives.
Billionaires, well, if the billionaire has permission, yes, he can go in the building. If he doesn't, he won't go in the building. I'm sure if George Soros, who's a billionaire, came to the building right now, he would not be allowed in just because he's a billionaire. See how that works?
They allow billionaires and their cronies to go in, but there's a lack of transparency here. The members of Congress, the people's representatives are not allowed in.
Nobody cares.
This is not transparency.
Here's the thing. The people don't care. They don't want to hear from you. We want to hear from what Elon Musk finds out about the Department of Education after we saw the theft from the American citizen with Doge and all of your causes being paid for with our tax money. It's an absolute disgrace. And you know what? Somebody or many people need to be criminally charged for that eventually.
Not only are they not letting us in, now they've called the Department of Homeland Security. We are members of Congress here to talk with the Department of Education, and they're treating us.
The kids deserve to have us go in and fight for them.
Yeah, the kids deserve to actually get educated. Why don't you worry about that?
Children of this country deserve that battle.
Stop the virtue signaling nonsense. You could care less about the children of this country.
Public institution. This is not Russia.
Let the camera see him.
You're right. If it was Russia, you wouldn't be standing there right now. You probably would have been treated a little differently after you were told 15 times you're not getting in.
Let the camera see him. This man here door.
We are members of Congress.
Come in.
You're blocking
I want you to
us.
see this man here,
This mess, this clown.
who is a federal
You know, California, I say it about California, you got to do better. You got to do better.
employee. He told us.
He's not.
Are you a federal employee? Huh?
Yes.
No, he said he's a federal employee. We pay him.
Who's we? We pay him? Who's we? You? No, we pay you. And then we pay you, and then the people that hired him, we pay them too. You see how that works? You don't pay anything. We pay you.
Raise money to make sure that we have a Department of Education. Everybody that's hired at the Department of Education are here because we pay for them to
You don't pay for anything, okay? We do. You don't pay for a thing.
be here. He's standing here today blocking the door, and he can't give us a good reason why he's blocking this door.
Here's the good reason. He was told to block the door by the people in charge of the building. No other reason needed.
They see right here, all access entrance.
Oh, you can read. Congratulations. So I guess the Department of Education got something right with him. So he reads all access entrance. Good for you. You can read.
Well, I think it should be clear to parents in the United States, if you want to advocate on behalf of your children, you are not allowed to come into this building where you pay taxes. Parents who have children who are disabled, access is being blocked. You voted for members of Congress to advocate on behalf of your children.
Yeah, right. So why haven't you been doing that for the past 40 years when this agency's run education into the ground? Right? Why? Because now Donald Trump's in charge, and Donald Trump has somebody trying to find out why all the money's being wasted, why all the money we're spending at the Department of Education. I believe after COVID, the Department of Education received $190 billion. 190 billion, not 190, not 190,000, not 190 million, 190 billion dollars. And where is all that money gone? And why are our kids still not able to read and add and divide and everything else that they need to do to make it in the world?
Children with disabilities, for young women who have been victims of sexual assault.
What does that have to do with what are you talking about?
In our classrooms, on our school grounds, members of OCR are
Now all of a sudden you're worried about crime on school grounds? Weren't you the defund the police party?
fighting for your children. We are not allowed in the building to talk to them. We are not allowed
Make an appointment like everybody else.
to advocate on behalf of America's children. America, we have a problem.
No. You're legislators, right? Go write a bill. Go write a bill. That's what you were elected to do. You weren't elected to waste everyone's time and storm the building at the Department of Education and insist that you're allowed in because you're a member of Congress. Doesn't work that way.
Now, everybody stand back.
All right, so this is the Department of Education. Got members of Congress from the Democratic side of the aisle trying to get in the building. You have a security guard who never wanted to be on television today.
Tell you, that guy, though, if I'm him, I'm turning this into a gold mine.
Basically doing his job and denying them access. It was interesting that Fox News.
If that guy doesn't have an X account, he should start one right now. He'll get 100,000 followers before even before he blinks.
Is the only one covering this live, and apparently this is what the Democrats want, right? They want to be on television. That's Maxine Waters complaining, Sandra, that they can't get in the building.
Yeah, that's Maxine Waters complaining. You could stop the sentence right there because that's all she does. She does nothing else. She doesn't accomplish anything. She does incite violence, but other than that, yeah, she complains.
And then you had other members of Congress saying that if you want to get in and fight for your children, you're not allowed. But we had some news this week that would make it sound like that's a little bit too late, guys.
Our nation's report card was shocking. The report card showed 7 out of 10 fourth graders are not proficient readers, Dana, a number that has worsened since the last report card in 2022. Worse, the numbers haven't improved in 3 decades. We're seeing the same thing for the middle schoolers at the 8th grade level. Less than a third of American students enter high school with the reading and comprehension skills that they need at that point in their lives. I mean, you talk about not getting access to the building, you're hearing from these folks, to go advocate for the kids. Well, what have they done lately?
Nothing.
Right? That report card has not improved. In fact,
Lately? How about what have they ever done?
our nation's report card has worsened. There's a huge problem at the public school system in this country, and it has been failing our nation's children.
Shannon Brain, let's bring you in as Maxine Waters continues to berate the security guard.
Yeah, and listen, this is a great optic for Democrats who will want to use this.
Actually, no, it's not a great optic at all. They look like idiots, just like the video I posted the other day with Chuck Schumer yelling in the streets. Like really, nobody wants to see this geriatric yelling in the streets like he's, he thinks he's back in the 1960s.
Go out. You're going to see this stuff everywhere, probably. They've already got their teams rolling on it. And certainly this is what you do in Washington. There's the messaging and the optics of this, too. But I would point back to how many GOP lawmakers just earlier this week, Senator Joni Ernst said every time she tried to get answers from USAID, and I'm not saying she showed up physically, she may have, but every time anytime that members of Congress try to get information from a federal agency, there can be an issue. She talked about that. Talk to Senator Chuck Grassley, who has sent subpoenas and requests for information all over.
Yeah, see, if Republicans did this and showed up to some federal building, this would be called an attempted insurrection. That's the difference. See, the Democrats can do this, and the media will play along and say, oh, they're fighting for their constituents, which is a bunch of nonsense, right? We've already talked about it ad nauseum in this video alone. If you want to fight for your constituents, get back to the Capitol and write some legislation.
To federal agencies, to the DOJ, to all kinds of places, only to be told basically talk to the hand and not get the information. So this is a physical showing up and not getting to where you want to go, but you may get the optics that you want. But Republican members...
They're not getting the optics they want here. People are tired of this. People are growing tired of this. They're tired of the crying. They're tired of the whining. They're tired of this, the Trump resistance. They're just sick and tired of it. They want things to be getting done. And right now, what people see are tangible results from what Elon Musk and Doge are doing. They're getting tangible results fed to them literally by the hour. If you go on X, by the hour of the stuff they're finding and getting rid of that nobody with a shred of common sense wants.
On the Hill will tell you many, many times they've tried to get information from federal agencies, maybe not in a physical sense, but very much in a way that they claim they also have access to information and have been told, no, you're not getting it, or met with silence.
Wow. Yeah, we put the report out on the screen. You see the red arrows. That is the decline in the performance of our nation's children in math and reading and grades.
Okay, so that's 2019 to 2024. Grade 4 down 4 points. Grade 8 down 8 points in math. Grade 4 down 5 points. Grade 8 down 5 points in reading. 2019 to 2024. Like I said, after COVID, the Department of Education received $190 billion. And that's what we're getting for our money. We always ask, where is our money going? Now we are finding out. So, no, these are bad optics for the Democrats. They just can't help themselves.
4 and 8. But you obviously are looking at Democrats as part of this agenda that has been laid out, trying to obstruct. We don't know what the exact plans are, right, Shannon? The White House has still not been clear where they are going to go with this, but they are certainly highlighting this as a serious problem in this country. We don't know exactly what is happening here. We're not told exactly why this person's not letting them into the building, but certainly he said
it's obvious they're going to go in there and cause problems. You don't show up to a building like that and try to, we want a meeting. Doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way anywhere in the real world.
We heard him say a moment ago, he's doing his job. So he's been asked to do this. But Shannon, maybe we'll get some clarity soon on this.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to me if they did go into the building, what would happen next? I mean, I think that they want to make a protest. They want to ask questions about what's going to happen, but I'm not sure what would be accomplished if they did go inside.
Nothing.
There's not a confirmed Department of Education secretary. We, as you said, we don't know what the policy is going to be moving forward, but we know there's serious questions about how the department is functioning, what it's been focusing on, where it's been spending its money, and what that says in contrast to how states and localities may be better equipped to handle it. At least that's the argument from conservatives.
Shannon Brain, thanks for hanging with us. Linda McMahon is President Trump's nominee to head the Department of Education. That confirmation hearing will take place next Thursday, February 13th. And we'll just, I guess Maxine Waters is just going to stay out there. We're going to take a quick...
Yeah, she'll stay out there because if the camera stays on, she'll stay out there. As I said, this needed to be done. This needed to be done. Donald Trump is taking a wrecking ball to the establishment and the uniparty and the bureaucracy in Washington, D.C. Every hour, something else happens. He just revoked Joe Biden's security clearances. Just revoked it. He's doing things by the hour that are going to set these people into a frenzy. They don't know which way to go next, and they are exposing themselves as just a bunch of petulant children. And what he's doing is what we voted for. I don't care what anybody says in the media. This is what the country voted for. And let me tell you something. There are probably some people who are reasonable, who just didn't vote for Donald Trump. But let me tell you something. I bet if you poll those people, they don't have a problem with this. This is our money. And we have the right to know where every penny of our money goes. And we've never known. Never. This is the first time in any of our lifetimes that we have seen an actual audit of the federal government. The books are open and we're seeing where our money is going. And a lot of it is sickening. And this had to be done. So the Democrats can, as I said yesterday, they can die on this hill. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Dumbest thing I've ever seen. There are so many different ways they can go about this without looking like the fools that they're making themselves look like. Good. Keep doing this for 2 more years so the Republicans and Donald Trump can grow their majorities in the Senate and the House. And Donald Trump can have another 2 years of getting this country back. And then we have J.D. Vance or whoever runs for the presidency in 28. And then we'll keep going from there. Because I don't know who they're going to allow with common sense. Is this Democrat Party going to allow someone with common sense to come in and take control? Are they going to allow it? I don't know. I'm sure there are people clamoring, like I did the video on Stephen A. Smith yesterday. I know, is he going to run for president? Is he going to run for office? Who knows? But that's someone that could come in and at least talk to the American public and kind of make some sense. I don't think they allow a person like that to come in. Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania. They didn't allow him to even be the vice presidential candidate. We know what reason that was for. So are they going to allow him to be their voice? I don't know. Time will tell. I'll leave it there. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time right here at Opinions Vary.
Opinions vary.